The New York Knicks are interesting again. This past season, we saw a revitalized version of the New York Knicks. After years of disappointing basketball and being the laughingstock of the NBA, the New York Knicks are fun again, and I'm sure their fans are happy about it. Key players like Derrick Rose, RJ Barrett, and Mitchell Robinson make up the team, and Julius Randle led them all the way to the 4th seed in the East, and they just signed Kemba Walker, and MSG is alive again. In this video, I will be talking about the New York Knicks and how they turn around their franchise, and what we can expect going forward. The New York Knicks have one of the NBA's biggest markets and one of the deepest franchises when it comes to their history. Coming from the BAA, we saw players like Harry Gallatin and Carl Braun, but their franchise player and 2-time Finals MVP, Willis Reed, was drafted in 1964, and he played and dominated alongside point guard Walt Frazier. These two made the Knicks who they were in the 70s and led them to 2 championships and 4 seasons. We also saw players like Earl Monroe and Dave DeBusschere with those teams. After this era, we saw big men like Bob McAdoo and Bill Cartwright, and wings like Bernard King and Michael Ray Richardson, but they drafted Patrick Ewing in 1985 with their first pick, where he dominated out the gate and in the golden age of centers. He had the help of guys like Mark Jackson, Anthony Mason, John Starks, Charles Oakley, Latrell Sprewell, and Allen Houston, and became one of the league's best. After Ewing left, there were some uneventful years in New York, struggling to get back to the finals teams that they were with Patrick, but we did see some notable players throughout the 2000s. In 2011, Amari Stoudemire and Carmelo Anthony joined the squad, and Melo became the star that they needed, where he continued his scoring prowess from Denver and won a scoring title in his time there. In 2015, they drafted an unfamiliar name from Latvia, and Kristaps Porzingis surprised many. But looking into the Knicks' current situation, they look better and more promising than they have in years. Julius Randle's time in New York has already been a roller coaster. His first year in the city, he struggled mightily and the fans let him hear it. But this season, he has transformed to an all-NBA level performer, all-star, and he was the most improved player. He combined his ability to bully smaller players with improved shot-making, overall efficiency, and he did struggle in the playoffs, but we'll get to that later. He averaged 6 assists, 10 rebounds, along with 24 points per game in the regular season, everything running through him, solidifying himself as a franchise player. When it comes to facing adversity, Derrick Rose is no stranger, and he's rejuvenated his career post-injury. He still has some of that hang time and athleticism that he had, but he's more refined and has better jump shooting. But he's still quick and he's still steady offense for the Knicks. Not only did Julius Randle, or Beyblade according to Basketball Reference, show improvement, but so did sophomore RJ Barrett. In his rookie year, he had that athleticism, but he upped his 3-point percentage by 8%, which obviously did wonders for his game, making him more of a threat from all over the court. And he's still very young. Emmanuel Quickley is another great guy to have in your squad. His floater is as dangerous as anyone's, and he has that great shot in his bag, which everybody should really have that. And he shot the 3 with a quick release and a good efficiency. His shiftiness and fearlessness makes him a nightmare to guard. The Knicks also brought in Evan Fournier and have rim-protecting bigs like Mitchell Robinson and Nerlens Noel. With all this being said, the Knicks still have potential to get even better. Kemba Walker's time in Charlotte was great, at least individually. Drafted in 2011, he got better year by year, but at the gate he showed off his quick handle and aggression as a slasher, and he even reached up to 25 points per game in a season. Moving to Boston, they look promising, but between him, JB, and JT, someone was always going to be left out, with all 3 needing the rock to be effective. But in New York, he has more room to be him and work, and potentially get back to his Charlotte self. I wouldn't count on it, but it is possible. In the 2021 playoffs, going up against Trae Young's Hawks, the Knicks lost in 5 games. Julius Randle struggled, and understandably so, with it being his first playoff action, but he will need to be better going forward. With him being trapped and doubled by the Hawks and Nate McMillan, he couldn't really do much. It takes a lot of players a lot of time to learn how to make timely decisions and navigate out of doubles and triple teams, but this is where Kemba really has an opportunity to be him again and take some pressure off of Randle's shoulders. Lack of offense is why the Knicks failed, and bringing in Kemba gives him and the team as a whole an opportunity to build something special. I'm hoping his body holds up, because if it does, these boys will be even better next season and can be pretty dangerous, with these two leading the charge, and they can have a nice 2-man game, but we'll just have to wait and see. After the Patrick Ewing-led Knicks of the 90s, the team never got close to that caliber again. But now we see a Knicks team that is still built on defense that can make some noise. Julius Randle taking the jump that he did give the Knicks their go-to guy, plus the surrounding pieces that contribute. And I'm liking what Kemba will bring to the team when it comes to shot creation and overall offensive ability. I'm liking the team that they've built, 4th in defensive rating with 2 great shot-blocking bigs and a defensive-minded coach, shot creators and shooters. And the NBA is better when the Knicks are good. Love or hate their fans, they make everything more interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on the Knicks. What seed would they be? Was Julius Randle's All-NBA year a fluke? What round of the playoffs will they make it to? Thank you guys for watching. This has been Rashad with Hoops Times 2. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Peace out.